it's sad. It's very sad to see. Um, I wouldn't call him a great actor, but an actor that people liked, I don't know, 40 years ago, turned into a petty, divisive figure. I'm talking about Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill has gone out of his way to alienate half his audience. He's gone out there and called Donald Trump the orange atrocity and railed against what he called the remnants of the slave days in his criticism of the Electoral College. Mark, take a civics class. You might learn something. So, Eric Ebenante over on X put out a pretty long thread, but I'm just going to play the video for you just to show you how far off the deep end or how far Mark Hamill has fallen. And this was done on the, let's see here. What podcast was he on? The Politicking podcast with Governor Gavin Newsom, Marshawn Lynch, and sports agent Doug Hendrickson. So you guys are going to love this one because he's gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, folks. That's just it. He's gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So here we go. Here's Mark Hamill.
I never, like you, to your question, I never became active until wanting to make sure that, first of all, I was devastated. I want to get rid of the Electoral College because Hillary beat him by 3 million votes, just a shy under 3 million. And
okay, first of all, the Electoral College is put there for a reason for the election of president and vice president. And the reason is that if we were a straight democracy, which we're not, those that are running for president would just have to rely on the big population centers to vote them into office, and the hell with the rest of the country. And the founding fathers had the foresight to say, you know what, that's not quite right. We can't have New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Houston, just to name the top 4 media markets in this country, controlling who runs the country. We have to have balance. We have to have a weighting system. And that's what the Electoral College provides. That's why you can have somebody win the popular vote and lose the election based on the Electoral College. And to say that that needs to be eliminated is insane. We are not a democracy. We are a constitutional, or some people say representative republic. So again, Mark, go take a civics class.
Gore beat W by 500,000, and it's making me crazy because I started reading about the Electoral College. And, oh my God, this is remnants of slave days when they were trying to, proportion the amount of votes with, how many slaves you owned, and it's awful.
No, it's not reminiscent of slave days. This is somebody that does not know what he's talking about. Some people say, I don't know what I'm talking about. They could be right. They could be wrong. But I'm just giving my opinion here. And in this case, Mark Hamill is way wrong.
But anyway, so that and Citizens United, I'd like to get rid of. But in any case, I started, as you said, you get most scorching hate tweets from the MAGA crowd. And when I was still on Twitter, I had to stop reading the responses. I wouldn't block anyone because then they could display Mark Hamill blocked you as a badge of honor. Right. But I muted like a mofo. I would mute, I looked up one day and I said, oh my God, I've been muting people for 40 minutes. So once I realized how it was eating into my own time.
So instead, he went to the echo chamber of Blue Sky, and how's that working out for you? Because I'm not on Blue Sky. I have no intention on getting on Blue Sky. I'd probably be banned on Blue Sky within the first 30 seconds I created an account. See, and the reason why he left X, it wasn't because of the MAGA crowd. He wants to be in an echo chamber. He wants to just align himself with people with the same political alliances, the same train of thought. He doesn't want to hear other opinions because, heaven forbid, he might hear another opinion that might make him think. That's the one thing with some of these people in Hollywood. They don't use their brains. They don't think.
I said, the only thing to do is don't read the response.
Yes.
You just can't. You can't. And someone said to me, my daughter would say, Daddy, you shouldn't tweet politically so much because, you know, people get so angry. And so I wrote a tweet that I said, the people complaining about my Trump tweets have to understand. I love my country and I feel it's my patriotic duty to oppose this sociopathic, I forget the other word, whatever it was, with every fiber of my being. And that's the way I've been. I thought, I mean, I do feel it's an obligation.
So everybody's entitled to have opinion. Everybody's entitled to put their opinion out into the ether, whether it's you're on YouTube or you want to post on X or you want to post over on the cesspool that's Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, your whatever social media of choice. But you have to learn, if you're somebody that's willing to put your opinion out there, that you got to take the good with the bad. I learned that real fast doing this with YouTube. You got to have thick skin and you got to take the good with the bad. The problem with the Hollywood types like Mark Hamill is they generally don't have thick skin. Well, yeah, I said generally don't have thick skin. There are those that have thick skin that they just say, you know what? You don't agree with me? That's okay. Brush it off. I'm just going to let it roll off my shoulders. My job is not to share my opinion to convince you to come to my side. My job is to share my opinion so you may see it and go, I need to look into that. That might make sense. Now that I looked into that, okay, now, see, people will come to a thought or a consensus in their own time. If you're talking to somebody like this in this podcast, you can't talk to people to get them to just agree with you just because. You need to have a discussion, not to change that person's mind right then and there. But unfortunately, in this case, you got Gavin Newsom, Mr. Beast Mode himself, and Doug Hendrickson. And this to me is just an echo chamber because they're not pushing back. They didn't push back on the Electoral College thing. I expect that out of Gavin Newsom. I bet he would like to see Electoral College eliminated himself.
And who cares about your career? People say, oh, well, it's hurting your career because you have to appeal to the whole country, not just half the country or 45% or whatever the MAGA crowd is. But I said, in a grander scheme of things, who cares if I lose a part in the movie because I hate the orange atrocity? I do, and I want people to know that. So,
does him and Rachel Zegler have the same PR team, the same PR firm, the same marketing people working for them? I've said it in other videos, and I'll say it again. And, you know, Michael Jordan loosely said, you know, Republicans buy sneakers too. The way to keep your job acting, Mark, is to keep your trap shut when it comes to politics and not piss off half your audience. if you've got a movie coming out and you're saying this stuff and you're pissing off half your audience, that affects the word of mouth, and people aren't going to go see your movie or your TV show. And I'm saying this as a fan of Mark Hamill back in the day. I grew up on Star Wars. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia. And now, not so much. So there you have it. Mark Hamill going off the freaking deep end. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think. Comment down below. I mean, my thoughts are, somebody just needs to tell Mark to shut up. Just shut up. Stop talking politics. Promote your projects, dude. That's what they used to do in Hollywood. Promote your projects. You got a new movie coming out, promote it. You have a new TV series coming out, promote it. Leave the politics aside. Because this last election proved people could give two shits about your politics. And I'm not just saying that about Kamala Harris and the multitude of Hollywood stars that came out and supported her. I'm also talking the other side too. Yeah, it's great that, we had Kid Rock and Hulk Hogan, Dana White, a couple UFC fighters back in President Trump. Yeah, it's great. But did it really move the needle? No, not really. And I may get flamed for saying that, but it's the truth. It really doesn't move the needle. What comes out of Hollywood? So, what do you guys think about Mark Hamill and his willingness to sacrifice his professional opportunities to maintain this political crusade of Orange Man bad? Comment down below. While you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And with that, share this video out there with your friends and family. And with that, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.